This is probably one of the weirdest videos I've ever made, but this news was just kind of interesting to me, and I thought it was kind of strange. But it has to do with Mario getting hurt. Like, I'm not joking. This video literally has to deal with Mario taking damage and being physically in pain. So The Verge did an interview with Mario game designer and director Takashi Tezuka, and they asked him a very strange question. They asked him if he wondered if Mario ever felt pain. Like, does Mario feel pain when he actually dies? He always respawns and comes back, but does he actually feel that pain? And Takashi actually kind of explains this. He states, if the player feels that Mario is feeling pain, that's a better experience. Rather than talking about whether Mario actually does feel pain, for us, if Mario hits an enemy and the person playing goes, ow, that's ideal. So I guess Nintendo's trying to say that it's up to the player. If you like physically are saying ow or you think it should hurt Mario, then it hurts Mario. Which is very odd. Like, if you want Mario mentally to be in pain, then I guess technically he's being in pain. So it's up to how corrupted your mind is. I don't really know how to take this. And then I started thinking to myself, what are some of the worst ways Mario has actually died? I mean, like, what are the most gruesome ways to the point where you've got to be like, he literally has to be in pain, right? Well, let's kind of jump back in time and look at the classic ways Mario used to die. I mean, he would get hit by a barrel, which isn't terrible, so he probably wouldn't have actually died. In Wrecking Crew, Mario can literally fall off the scaffolding of a building, so I mean, that's some pain. Then we move on to the old school Mario Brothers games, and I feel like none of these really cause Mario that much pain. I mean, lots of the time you just bump into an enemy and Mario gets hurt, so I would like to think that there's not much, you know, pain in these bumps, at least, unless Mario falls into a pit or falls into lava. Now, I can't lie, Mario 64 is where things probably do get awful because the enemies kind of bump him back. It's still not enough to really give him damage, though. I feel like he should never say ow unless this happens, or something like this. This definitely works too. Then I completely forgot about physically drowning in water. I mean, does drowning hurt or do you just die? Well, apparently I found a whole wiki of people sharing stories of how they all drowned and actually got resuscitated, and pretty much every single one says no, it's more nerve-wracking and scary, and you don't really feel anything. If anything, it's peaceful. So I guess this technically isn't pain for Mario, but more just like a silent death. Because I'm telling you right now, it sure does not look like a silent death. Then you got Mario just choking on acid fog, so I'm sure that's a little painful. So Nintendo's trying to convince me that this isn't painful, unless we want it to be. Like, Mario is screaming. Mario can also get electrocuted to death, which has to be painful, or even suffocated in quicksand, which I feel like also is very painful, because you just can't breathe. Respectfully for Mario Sunshine, Mario is just a freaking wimp, because he dies to paint. Is it like toxic paints? Why? But the fire one, I definitely understand. And once again, Mario is in pain. There's even a point in the game where Mario can fall off of a roller coaster. I guess falling from great heights maybe not even be painful because you just fall from so high, you probably just die on impact. The new Super Mario Brothers games are really no exception either. Mario can get crushed by different moving elements or just electrocuted or even fall in fire. Mario can actually freeze to death in Super Mario Galaxy, which probably feels like tons of pins and needles pricking into his skin, so that has to be painful. Mario's in space, so that already should be very painful, but the fact that he can also just fly into the void of space and even into black holes, what would flying into a black hole be like then? Oh dear God. But I feel like the rest is just a bunch of crushing and smashing of things into Mario, which I can definitely feel that pain. So it really does make me wonder, how in the world is Nintendo just going to sit here and say that Mario doesn't take damage? I get it, it's a kid game and they don't want to make it seem like Mario's getting brutally murdered out here. But I'm like, he sort of is. So yeah, there's your weird random Mario fact of the day. Mario does feel pain, but it's up to you, the player, to determine how painful it is. It just makes me laugh that I have to tell Mario that this is painful.